Here's a solution for day 4, problem 1. Evaluate the 6 trigonometric functions at the real number t equals pi over 6, which corresponds to this ordered pair on a unit circle. First of all, what a unit circle is a circle that has a radius of 1 that's drawn on the x and y axis. So over here, if this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, and we stretched out 1 unit from the origin in all directions, and then drew a circle that went through these spots, we would get a circle that looks kind of like this. So I'm drawing my best circle freehand here. It's not going to be perfect. This is the unit circle. If you create angles in this circle by having one side of the angle along the x-axis and then having the other side of the angle going in whatever direction you want it to go in, that's what this question has to do with. So pi over 6 radians is an angle that is approximately this size. And so this spot right here has an ordered pair. This angle measure is pi over 6 radians, not degrees. But this ordered pair where that side of the angle is intersecting the unit circle is at the square root of 3 over 2, comma, 1/2. This question asks us for the 6 trig functions. They are cosine of pi over 6, sine of pi over 6, tangent of pi over 6, and then the 3 reciprocal functions of these. The reciprocal of cosine is called secant of pi over 6. The reciprocal of sine is cosecant of pi over 6. And the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent of pi over 6. What are all of these values? Now, because trigonometric functions are related to points in the x and y coordinate plane on a unit circle, we can use the x and y coordinates of these points to find our values. The cosine of an angle is the x coordinate on a unit circle. The sine of an angle is the y coordinate. Tangent of an angle is defined to be the sine value divided by the cosine value, or y over x. Now our reciprocal functions. Because secant is the reciprocal of cosine, the reciprocal of x is 1 over x. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, which would be 1 over y. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, flipping this upside down, is x over y. These are our formulas that we can use with that ordered pair to be able to find these different trig values. So the x coordinate of this ordered pair is the square root of 3 over 2. The cosine of pi over 6 radians is the square root of 3 over 2. With a calculator, you could get a decimal for that if you needed it. Now let's find the sine value of pi over 6 radians. We use the y coordinate, which is 1/2. To get the tangent value of pi over 6 radians, we're going to take y divided by x. Y is 1/2, and we want to divide by the square root of 3 over 2. That's equivalent to timesing by 2 over the square root of 3. Now let's simplify this. The 2's cross cancel, and that leaves 1 over the square root of 3. But we don't use square roots in denominators, and so we're going to simplify this one more step. If we multiply top and bottom by the square root of 3, we get the final result, the square root of 3 over 3. So this answer here is the cosine value. This answer here is the sine value. And this answer here is the tangent value. Now let's do our reciprocals. The reciprocal of this is to flip it upside down. It would be 2 over the square root of 3. And now let's fix this denominator. Multiply top and bottom by the square root of 3, and we get 2 square root of 3 all over 3. Now let's work with cosecant. Let's do the reciprocal of y, or the reciprocal of sine. Take that and flip it upside down, and that makes 2. Last, let's do cotangent. Let's do the reciprocal of our tangent value. Take that and flip it upside down. That is 3 over the square root of 3. Now we need to simplify this. This makes the square root of 3. Day 4, problem 2. Find the following sum. This symbol is the Greek letter sigma. It's the symbol used to sum things up or to add things up. What we are adding up is the expression 2i, where I is replaced by different values. The first number we put in for I is 1, and then we put in whole numbers all the way up until we get to 7. The work would look like this. 2 times 1 plus 2 times 2 plus 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4 plus 2 times 5 plus 2 times 6 plus 2 times 7. This expanded expression is the meaning of this summation. The only thing left to do is to actually add this all up and get an answer. Here we have 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 14. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 6 is 12, plus 8 is 20, plus 10 is 30, plus 12 is 42, plus 14 is 56. 56 is the answer for this summation.